Okay, everybody, here we go. So, you probably saw the other day, we pulled the front part of the drivetrain out of this 2002 Yukon. Today, I need to get the rear axle out of it. These rear axles are held in with a 4-link style suspension and a sway bar, and then the shock absorbers. So, I'm gonna get this stuff out of here. I'll show you how I do it. May not be how you like to do it, but this is how I like to do it, and hopefully this will help you out if you need to do one of these. So these upper control arm mounts are 21 millimeters. I use a universal and a little bit of an extension so I can get on it pretty straight. Then you get your wrench on the outside. And you loosen it right up. There you go. Push that bolt out. These bushings have a little bit of preload on them. When they put it together at the factory, the suspension is fully relaxed. The bolt at the bottom of the shock is also a 21 millimeter. So you can get that one out. You don't really need the universal for that one. And get your impact on there. That one right up. There you go. I like to pry that right out. There we go. And then your bolt on the lower control arm is also a 21 millimeter. This one's a little bit easier to access than the upper. I always put a jack under the differential before I start, just because these rear ends aren't super heavy, but it's definitely uncomfortable to have one fall on you, on your leg or your foot or anything like that. So I just put the jack under there to make sure I don't have any little accidents or anything like that. Get that bolt out there. Sometimes it's a little easier. You can just spin it out and put the wrench around the shoulder, just like so. Okay, so we got our shock, our links, and the only other thing over here is our sway bar. These usually cooperate. Sometimes they're a little difficult, but let's see what we get. Yeah, so there is a hex on the inside of it here that you can hold it. There we go. Oh, mine's rounded. So, alright, well, you can always undo the upper. 18 on both sides. There we go. Bolt slides out. Now you got that control arm undone. Looks like the previous owner did a little repair here. Get that out of the way. This is your track bar. You can unbolt it from the top or the bottom. I usually unbolt the axle end. Let me take all my wrenches here, my cutters. Get over to the other side. We'll do the same thing over there. It really doesn't take long to do. We got our 21 on our universal. Sneak in from behind. Push it all the way in. That one's stuck. There we go. Okay, I'm sure you probably saw the axle jump a little bit on that one. Oh, sorry. There we go. Saw the axle jump a little bit. That's okay. Like I said, there's a reason we're not underneath of it. Next, we want to undo our shock mount down here at the bottom. Get one end on the bolt. Loosen that up. There we go. Zip that out. Pry that out of the way. This one gets stuck on the little parking brake sometimes. There we go. I push that out of the way. That makes it easy for me to get to my sway bar link. Get that out. There we go. So we've got our sway bar undone on both sides. Now the other thing that we have to get unhooked over here is our parking brake cable. And the truck side of this one, I very rarely, actually I honestly have never sold one of these. Parking brake cables are such a hassle that people buy new ones because you want to make sure it's going to work. They're a pain in the butt to do. Even when they're good, they're even more of a pain in the butt to do when they're old. So I don't think people mess around with used parking brake cables. I honestly don't blame them. So we get that a little bit there. And you can use your plier or cutter or whatever it is that you have handy. Actually, let's use the pry bar. Get a little bit more leverage on this thing. Or not. See, this is one of the real pains when these things get seized up. It gets really difficult to get them apart. There we go. There we go. All right, we got those out. These little clips here. You do push on one side. Whoops, lost my grip. Push one side in. Push the other side in, and then that'll come. You do the same thing with your upper. It's a little bit harder to see. There we go. Pull that through out of the truck brackets. Boom. Boom. There we go. All right, now our parking brake cables are disconnected. We undid the drive shaft the other day when we were pulling the transmission and transfer case out. So now the only thing we have left holding this axle in is this last link and the track bar in the back. So you sneak your little socket in there. Get your wrench on the outside. Loosen it all the way out. Like I said, your track bar here at the back is one bolt. Also a 21. There we go. And then the last thing on holding this thing in, it's really not holding it in anymore, it's just connected still, is the brake line. So you use your cutters, cut that brake line, the little breather. It'll pull out if you leave it connected, but I just like to snip them off. And then your axle's free. You come to your jack, lower it down. Stuff falls all over the place. But your axle is out. And then, like I said, these aren't super heavy, so I usually just slide them out from the side over here. watch your shocks. You just pull everything right out of the side. Oh, I forgot, you do have to undo your parking brake out of the little bracket here. But that's just you turn it to the side a little bit and then it pops out. And then there you have it. One GMC Yukon rear axle. Ready to go and be in someone else's Yukon. Or other things. I see people, they buy these and they use the link mounts and put them into other stuff. So, but that's how you get them out. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. It only takes you 15 to 20 minutes at the most. They're not super heavy. You can move them around on your own. And thanks for watching. If you found this useful, helpful, helped you change yours, give a like, subscribe for more helpful videos, just to see what's going on. Have a good day.